I was 5, I went to go spend my first summer with my dad in North Carolina. I was young and I couldn't just be at his work with him, so he had to find somewhere for me to go during the day because he couldn't really take care of me while he's at work. He signed me up for a horseback riding camp, and at first I didn't want to go. I thought the horses were big and scary and I would fall off and just get hurt and it would not be fun. But after the first day, you couldn't break me away from the barn. Most people think that there isn't much talent or strength involved in equestrian, but the reality is it takes a lot of physical strength and knowledge of the sport to compete in it. Today I'm going to teach you the basics of equestrian, what to wear, how to care for your horse, the equipment that you use, and basic riding position. Whenever I used to go out in public in my riding stuff, people didn't really know what it was. So I'd get a lot of weird stares, if I went to go fill up my gas tank at the gas station before riding. But since the sport has become more popular, a lot of people just recognize it as another sports uniform. And now a lot more people ask me about it when they see me, if I horseback ride or if I'm on a horse and stuff like that. So there are different types of apparel for different styles of riding. I ride English style, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys about. English style of riding requires you to wear breeches, a tight-fitted shirt, boots, and a helmet. Breeches are tight-fitting pants. They're tight-fitting to allow your instructor or the show judge to see the position of your leg and how you're using it while you're riding. On the inside lining of the breeches is a suede grip, which allows you to keep your leg gripped and still against the saddle while you're riding. You usually wear a tight-fitted shirt while riding, also to show the position of your back, how you're holding your shoulders and your body. Also, you don't want your shirt to get attached to any of the equipment you're using because it could be a safety hazard. In the style of English riding, most riders wear polo shirts during their lessons, and for shows you would wear a fitted button-up shirt with a jacket over it. There are 2 different styles of boots you can use to ride in. The first is tall boots. There are boots that are fitted and come all the way up to your knee, covering your calf. They're usually used for competing because they're less comfortable to ride in. For everyday lessoning, you have paddock boots, which cover your ankle bone, ending at the bottom of your calf. And most riders wear them with half chaps, which act as tall boots. They are put on over your paddock boots, zipped up in the back, and they cover your leg from your calf all the way up to your knee and give the same effect as riding with tall boots, but more comfortable. All helmets, you must wear a helmet while you're riding for safety. All the helmets that you can buy for riding are safety certified specifically for riding. I can't even tell you how many times I think helmets have really saved myself. If I hadn't been wearing them, there definitely would have been bad repercussions. Now that I've talked about taking care of the rider, let's talk about taking care of your horse. Taking care of your horse is called grooming. There are 4 main tools that you use to groom your horse. The first is a curry comb. It is round with rubber ridges around the edge. It's used to loosen dirt and hair from shedding. Next, you use the hard brush. The hard brush has harder bristles and is used over the body to remove the loosened dirt and hair. You shouldn't use it on the horse's face because their skin is more sensitive, so the bristles could cause an irritation. The next piece of equipment you would use is a soft brush. The soft brush is used on the coat of the horse to remove excess oils on their coat. You can use the soft brush on their face because the bristles are soft enough for their sensitive skin. The last grooming tool you use is the hoof pick. The hoof pick is a curved metal piece attached to a handle used to remove dirt and stones from the sensitive part underneath the horse's foot so that when you're riding and they're moving forward, there's nothing irritating the bottom of their feet. Just like there's special equipment for riders, there's special equipment you need to use to ride your horse. We call this equipment tack. So we call putting on the equipment tacking up. First, you grab a saddle pad, saddle, and girth. Putting on these three things, first is the saddle pad. You put on the saddle pad underneath the saddle to reduce rubbing against the skin, the leather against the horse's skin, causing irritation. The saddle goes on top of the saddle pad. And lastly, the girth is buckled underneath the horse's stomach to secure the saddle to the horse. The second main piece of equipment you use is called the bridle. It is used to control the horse's movement. There are two main pieces to the bridle that allow you control. The first is the bit, which is the metal piece in the horse's mouth. The second is the reins. The reins are connected to the bit, allowing you to steer the horse in the direction that you want to go. You cannot rely on equipment alone to control your horse. Where you place yourself in the tack is critical as well. As far as your riding position goes, your head should be straight. Your eyes should be focused between the horse's ears. Horses can't see straight in front of them. They see out of the sides. So you are their eyes when you're riding. Your shoulders should be flat, even, and back to allow greater balance. Your arms should have a straight line from the bit to the reins, through your wrists, and to your elbows. Your elbows should be bent to allow movement with the horses moving, so you're not pulling on their mouth. You use your hips also to steer the horse. Whichever way your hip angle is facing is the way your horse is going to go. Your thighs should be placed firmly against the saddle. You use your thighs, you squeeze them together, and that tells the horse to slow down. Your calves should be placed a little back from where your thigh is, firmly against the horse's side. Squeezing your calves allows the horse signs to move forward faster. Different placement of your lower leg on different areas of the horse's side tells them exactly how fast to accelerate their speed. And where to place their feet. It can get really specific. A lot of horses in the higher levels have specific buttons, as we call them, and really they're very attuned to where you put those positions on your legs and ask for the different movements. Last is your feet. The balls of your feet should be placed on the stirrups, and it allows you to sink your weight into your heels. Your heels are your main support. It's how you are able to hold your body in the position that you want it to be in. The basics of equestrian are easy to understand when taught correctly. Knowing the basics will allow you to grow into a more advanced and talented rider. As you can see, there's more to equestrian than just sitting on a horse and telling it to go. There is apparel, care, equipment, and positions that you need to know to begin learning this sport. I hope you've gained a new respect and knowledge for this graceful sport, which I'm proud to be a part of. Thank you.